the recording on.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Prepare. Opening. Three rings around the moon. 1, 2, 3. Big Dipper. Swallow skims the water. Block and sweep. Left. Right. Little Dipper. Swallow returns to nest. Agile cat. Catches a mouse. Phoenix lifts its head. Wasp enters the cave. Phoenix opens right wing. Little Dipper. Phoenix opens left wing. Waiting for fish. And then last week's thing was poking the grass, seeking the snake. 1, turn to the right, bring your foot in. 2, step out and open your left arm towards the corner direction. 3, thrust and the tip is in the center line. 2, turn right, bring the sword back, bring your foot in. Step 2 and put it right close to your stomach now. And start circling your left hand down first. And then 3, under your forearm. And then tip back to center line. And then number 3, step up and bring the sword back, that same path, back. And turn it over and turn right and to the back. Bring it back. 2, open your left hand, your left arm and step out. Zigzag step. And 3, thrust and tip to the center line. Okay, good. Again. Prepare. Opening. Three rings around the moon. 1, 2, 3. Big Dipper. Swallow skims the water. Block and sweep. To the right. To the left. Little Dipper. Swallow returns to nest. Agile cat. Catches a mouse. Phoenix lifts its head. Wasp enters the cave. Phoenix opens right wing. Little Dipper. Phoenix opens left wing. Waiting for fish. Poking the grass. Seeking the snake. Turn right, step, turn left. bow stance. 2, turn right, step, turn left, bow stance. 3, turn right, step, turn left, bow stance, and thrust. Okay. Let me watch you do it from the beginning. Pretty soon we'll be too far along to watch from the beginning, but okay, prepare. All right, opening. Three rings around the moon. 1, 2, 3. Big Dipper. Let's see, maybe highlight Rita. Swallow skims the water. Block and sweep to the right, to the left. Little Dipper. Swallow returns to nest. Agile cat catches a mouse. Bounces on the mouse. All right. Phoenix lifts head. Wasp enters the cave. Phoenix opens right wing. Little Dipper. Phoenix opens left wing. Waiting for fish. Poking the grass. Seeking the snake. 1. 2. 3. Okay. All right. Well, so we're going to review that one, the last one, anyway. You have any questions on anything before last week's? You do?
I do.
All right.
Yes. Big Dipper, right?
Yes.
It's like a poke, right? Like you're poking.
Yes.
The thing,
Yes.
but I don't know in application where is the poke to the eyes. I don't know.
I guess. I don't
No.
What? Oh, Nancy has something. What do you think,
It's
Nancy?
not to the eyes.
Where is it, Nancy?
We're like shoulder height.
No, it's like this one, Big Dipper.
Oh, Big Dipper.
What it could be, my first teacher, we did a little bit differently, and his idea was, so from up it could be like this, coming down. So like you could like get somebody in their throat area, their upper chest, so like that. Here we just go up to like this, but the application could be just this, okay, probably. Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the other question is in this one, right? And your circle.
Yes.
Before,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Before Big Dipper. That I heard Master Yang said once something like a cut in the wrist or something. I don't remember. But I don't get the application. I don't see it.
Okay, so cutting. I don't know if I've ever heard of say the application for this one, but I know people have said it. So it's, you go back like this and you turn over, and then from here, it's this, okay? It's, that's where you would cut, okay? And so it's a kind of a,
Okay.
yeah, but you do it smoothly, but it would be the tip cutting up, okay? And I guess you could go for their wrist, I guess. It doesn't have very much behind it, so I think that you would want to do just something little like cutting their wrist, you know, cutting their arm or something. Try to make them drop the sword. So we don't do it like, well, we do the pushing down, right? We push down here also, right? We practice chop, tip up, you know, circle back, tip up. So tip up is always like that, and I guess we practice it mainly for circling, but the tip up part could have using the tip to cut with.
Okay. Thanks.
And we have something similar, you know, later in the form. Well, this one is similar, you know, this one, only it's not trying to cut. Just the phoenix lifts its head. That's another kind of tip up, but it's turned, so I don't think you're trying to cut with it. Maybe just protect yourself from somebody coming towards you. And then, but we do have one after you, what's the name of it, Nancy? Yeah, that one, where it's sideways. Uh-huh. Oh, bird lifts earth in its
Something in
beak.
the book.
Yes, bird picks up earth in its beak. All right, so this one. So that's I think when it's like this, that one is more like that, where it's just a small thing. You can see where it's trying to hit. Making a circle is, you know, when I do it, I just think mainly of circling and how to circle correctly. I don't think of an application for that one. That's maybe my mistake. But here we think about an application. You know, that could be cutting. Okay, so with the tip. So maybe this is a bigger cut. I don't know. We'd have to look that up, or ask Master Young again. So I'm sorry, I don't know. Do you have anything, Nancy? Yeah, we don't know that one. Sorry. I think of all these just like as a drill. You know, the chopping. We know what chopping is, right? And then there's the tip up. I don't usually think of it as why. You know, I focus on how to do it so we all can do it correctly. And then circling it back. I just think of it as like a drill. I'm sure there's something you could do with it, but this circle, I kind of feel like deflecting, you know, from here, and then they come in and you go like this and make it pass, you know, pass you. But then, if that's the way it is, then this person is over here. Then I don't see the purpose over here, right? So, sorry. Well, maybe we can look into it, Nancy. Or Rita's here. Rita will find out. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Anything else? Let's look at what we did last week then. Poking the grass. I'll do it from here. So remember the order. We're like this, right? The order is, first you turn right. One is always going to be turn right and bring your foot in. Then 2 will be step out and open your left arm. And then 3 will be the thrust. Okay? So that's for number 1. But the first, the second, and the third one, number 1 is always going to be turn right and pull the sword back to this corner. 2 will be step, and 3 is thrust. So we do the second one, then turn right and bring the sword back and bring your foot in. Okay, we're standing on a different leg. 2 is get ready and start circling and step, all right, and start circling down. The second one we circle down and bring it back up. And then 3 is the thrusting part. We go to the left first, diagonally, and then turn it and end up back to the center line. Can you see? I don't know if you can see very well. I need something different. So back to the center line. Can you see that? Red. Okay. Then 3 is you bring it back the same way, and you're still it's still the first part of it. So you want to bring it back and bring it back to the right corner direction. Okay. Keep it pointing to this other corner. And here I'm touching just because Don't want to stand on one leg so too long. 2, step out and open your left hand. 3, thrust. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. We have 3 of them we do. They're all, the first thing is to get the sword back to the right corner and stand on one leg. 2 is always step out and either from the right, your left hand goes out, level out, and from going from the left one, then it's going to circle down and open. And then 3 is going to be thrust. Okay, so for this one, 3 circle and step. 3 is thrust in this half circle. Okay. So let me watch you do it. So start with waiting for fish, and that's empty stance. Let's see, empty stance on your ball. All right, 1, turn right, bring your foot in, right foot in. Don't take a step. All right. 2 is step out and open your left arm. Keep your sword pointed diagonally in. And then 3, thrust, and go into a bow stance. All right, so that's pretty good. I'll show it here. You see it? 1. Okay, from here. 1, I'll bring my foot in. I'm going to touch the ground because my ankle hurts, and bring it back like this. 2, step out in here. But see, here's not pointing straight. It's pointing in. So from here, when I pull back, well, it's kind of diagonally, just going diagonally, okay? So when you pull the handle out, keep the tip in. You have to open your hand some to do that, okay? Then 2, step, and then thrusting from the side, feeling thrust, and the tip ends up, yes, that's it, in the center line. So that when you thrust it, it's already pointed at that right angle. Thrust, and it's not going to change. It's not going to, the tip's not going to go from out to in when you thrust. It's already pointed at the target, okay? Thrust. From the side, straight at the target. Okay, so try it.
Tip slightly down.
Okay, yes, it could be level or a little bit down, not up. Okay, not slightly up, but it could be a little bit down, but level, I like level myself.
Level, okay.
All right, so do it again. From waiting for fish. All right, first I'll call it this time. 1, pull it back and bring your toe in. 2, step out and open your left arm. 3, thrust. Bow stance. Good. Okay, so on your own, do it a few times. On your own. Okay. Turn your body. Turn right and then turn left. Okay, so stop. All right, so here's the issue. I want you to put your body behind it. So from here, I want you to go like this. Turn right, pull it back. Here's the side, right? More. Pull it back more, okay, than the side. Back more. And then step out, open your left hand. And when you hear my body's point at the corner, when I thrust, my body points to this corner. Okay? So if you're only going like this and end up like this, and your body's pointed too square, too much forward, that's not big enough. More. Okay? Your body position is like this. When you do this block and sweep, you go like this. Okay? That's like the same body position. Okay? Leaning towards this diagonal direction, only the tip is forward, okay, on the center line instead of being pulled back. The hands are the same, okay? Your body should be, well here, my body's only square, maybe I'm wrong. When you thrust, your body should be pointed over here like to the corner. So the hands are in the same position, but my body, because my arm is more here, my body is not. So I apologize for that. Your hands are in the same position, almost. Your body should point with the thrusting. Turn 90 degrees when you thrust. So from here, cornery, thrust, cornery, okay? So go do it some more. Hello, Catherine. Good. Bend your elbow when you start to thrust. Bend your elbow some and then extend it again. I want your thrusting to look like this. Okay, I want your thrusting to feel like this. I'll try to get closer. From here, you're going to step, then you're going to go like this. And see, I'm bending my elbow some. And then I'm extending it again. So I want you to feel, maybe I'll do it from this direction. Usually we thrust from our hip, and you have a swinging kind of feeling, and you're just going to kind of keep it the same all the way, just a little bit of extending at the end. But here it's palm down. This is not a good thrust. Okay, when you just keep it open the same amount, that is not really, just that feels like open and close. But it doesn't feel like, I don't know what it feels. It feels like poking maybe, like a little, if you just wanted to poke them a little bit and didn't really want to hurt them. To thrust, you need, like from here, bent, like, okay? Like striking, kind of. Extending. So first, though, it's extended already. We want to pull it back and open it. So the first thing is bend it some and then extend it. Okay? From here, bend it, open it again. Bend it and extend it again. Okay? Try to get that going with your turning. Okay? So try it. Just try that exercise if you want, or try to put that in there if you want to do the whole thing. Keep the tip in. That's better. Yeah, so get a little bit of elbow. And that way also when you bend your elbow, I think it feels more like it can keep pointing the same direction as you move it. Here, say that you had the sword on some kind of rack, and it was going to go from here, and you were going to move it over here. Say there was a handle. Well, here it's like kind of far from you, and here it's closer, and now it's far again, right? So your elbow like naturally has to bend to move it along this line. It's on the line there, right? Naturally will open and close your elbow to do it, right? If you had some different kind of thing where it was sliding, you could go like this. But to naturally, if you had a handle, you'd be bending and using your elbow. So that's what you want. You imagine it's going to go over there. It's pointed at the target already. It's going to go straight, like in a straight line. Not this kind of circle, not arcing to get there. A straight line. So you have to bend your elbow to make it go straight. Straighter. Okay? That's better. That's better, Alan. Hello, Kelly.
Hey, Mike.
Hi. Nancy, watch. Kelly, can you bring it back more? Can you pull it back more? When you pull it back, can you pull it back and open your arm? There you go. See, as big as you can. There you go. That's good. Keep the tip in, Alan. So when you're here, see, then pull the handle out, make an angle now, change the angle. So here it's straight, now it's diagonal. Pull the handle out, keep the tip pointed in. Okay, all right, so that's the first one. All right, so then let's look at the second one. The second one is harder, right? So from here, the second one, maybe I'll call it A, B, and C, just because it's 1, 2, and 3, and then it's A, B, C. So A is pull it back and bring your foot in. B is step out and turn it over. See if you can get it close to your body and turn it over kind of in a level way. Try not to go down and bring it back up. Try to just bring it straight across, okay? Level, keep it level. And then C, under your arm and back to the center line. The tip heads towards the diagonal first and then turns and ends up coming in, okay, to the center line. Okay, so that's what makes this part hard. Get it close to your body and end up, you know, not crossing your arm. You cross your arms and then uncross them. Good. Yeah, if you want to just practice that thrusting part, that's fine. Okay, Kelly's good. Okay, that looks pretty good, Miranda. Remember I told you last week you practiced this one for the three of them. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Just go back and forth, left and right, left and right. And those are the harder transitions anyway. And just practice that. And then the first one is very simple, actually. And once you have that, then I want you to make it smooth. So from here, just pull it back, turn it over, thrust. Okay? Pull it back, turn it over, thrust. Pull it back and a little circle to get it, in front of your stomach. Then, as soon as it is, you step, you thrust out with it. Okay? Make it smooth. Smooth it together. Keep the tip in, Alan. Yeah. Yeah. Try this if you're having some trouble. Okay, so we're pointed this way. Right? We're like this. We're going to turn and we're going to bring it back. Now continue the back a little circle and get it a little circle in the back and then coming back forward to get it in front of your body. And the whole time when you pull it back, don't let it point straight again. Keep it pointed in. So you're like this, pull it back, keep it pointed in, a little circle in front of your body and then right in front of your body, okay, and back out. Okay?
When does the left hand come out?
It comes out when you step. So from here, 1 is turn right and bring your foot in. 2 is step and circle down. 3 is thrust.
Okay.
Okay? So, yeah, the left hand with stepping. So all three of them, the left hand comes out with stepping. Something, Alan?
So I'm getting a little confused when you on the first count when you bring in your left foot.
Yeah.
And the sword comes back. Is the sword pointing straight or is it still pointing at an angle? I've seen it both ways, and I think it's me.
From here, from this
Yeah,
one.
on the count of 1.
You keep it pointed in.
Okay.
So it's already angled in. You pull it back. You thrust it this way. You pull it back and keep it at that angle, basically. Okay.
Okay.
And then when you turn it over, all you do is this little circle, and it's already at the right angle. You just translate it around this way, okay, and turn your palm over. See?
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah, we minimize really the making an angle change from where the handle doesn't move and the tip is moving around. We make an angle change by pulling the handle and make it an angle that way, and the tip stays behind, kind of. Okay, all right. So that's the second one. I guess you guys are improving, so I just want to point out what how to improve, and then you can keep working on it. So then the third one is harder. I think people are having more trouble with it. So the third one, you need to bring it back. You went this path here. You need to bring it back that path, back this way. Okay. You need to bring it back the same path that it took, just the opposite direction. Okay. You bring it back, turn your hand over, and then turn right, pull it back. So like this, shifting to the right, to the left foot, and turn. You still turn right and pull it back. Bring your right foot in. Okay, so like this way. Because remember, there's like a tree there, or another person or something. So you can't go from here and just bring it over. There's somebody in the way. That's the whole reason we had to do this path. Okay, this path seems easy, because naturally it's already ready to go. But here, you need to go around on the left side of your over here. Okay, so you need to bring it back and miss that thing in the middle, and then get on this side of it. Okay, so you can't just go bring it back straight across. Okay, there's something in the way. Cesar looks good. Good, Kelly. Okay, Catherine, you look pretty good. I want you to do something different with your left hand. So here I show all three of them. Left hand here, step out, open, close. See, it just, with your body turning, your left arm just sort of like, see, with my body turning, my left arm just comes in with it. My left hand isn't really doing anything. So you have a little extra thing that you put in your left hand. I just want you to close your arm basically at your left shoulder. Okay? Then for the second one, and then you step and down and then under, and then see, they cross. But the left hand just goes, and then you turn and your right hand comes out under it. The left hand doesn't have to move. You do this, and then the left hand just kind of closes with your body turning, and then it doesn't do anything. It opens this way, and then it doesn't do anything really. Okay, so there isn't any more energy in it. And then now it's following, and then opening, and then again it really doesn't do much. Okay, it's just the sword doing it. So don't have a left hand doing extra things. Just open it and then basically match it, meet it. It opens and then you match it or come back next to it with the right. Okay. Well, okay, so let me be more clear. This is not just for Catherine. So this is not an explanation extra for Catherine. When you open your left arm, my body is turned to the corner. Okay, when I open it, it's going to open diagonally, basically. Okay, so that when I do this, it's basically just gonna, I told you, just fold at my shoulder. Okay, if you open it too much, like this, then it's not in the right place, right? Then you feel like I need to get it back over there. So open it just, here I'm pointing diagonally, just open it diagonally, okay, towards that corner. Not too big, just open to the corner. It's kind of near my center line this direction now. Just open a little bit this way, not way over here, in front of me this direction. Then when I close, with my body turning, puts it in the right place, okay? So don't add it, don't make it too big, and then you'll have to close it again this way. It isn't this kind of feeling. It is not this kind of feeling. It's basically this feeling where your left side's kind of in place and your sword comes in from the side. That's good, Caesar. That's better, Alan. Miranda, that's good. Okay. All right, that's better. All right, that's an improvement. So keep practicing, you know, left and right especially, and try to make it feel like I think I said last week. This is like the dragon flying. Okay, so try to have that feeling. The feeling is just it's like a dragon swimming in air. Okay, how does it swims like a snake in water, right? It's just like this. Okay, so that's what you want to try to get a feeling of, you know, to the right, to the left, to the right. Try to get that kind of feeling. Okay, so then we'll go on.
Okay. Could I have a clarification on the left hand? So
Yeah.
when you're here, does this open out toward the front?
Yes. Okay, so it ends up more in
opening out to
front.
the side?
Yeah, I think it
Or the
opens
front.
more in front of you this direction. Okay, so when I said open,
Okay.
I want you to open it going the same angle as the sword out this way, and stop. It just stops right in here, kind of in front of you. Don't have it over here.
Okay.
That's just an extra movement that you have to bring it back. Okay, so instead you can basically put it where it's going to end up. You know, basically open your left side when you because here you turn turn right, right? So your left side is forward now, and now you're going to bring your right shoulder forward, and it's just going to be in the right place already. Okay, so that will be less work than opening it and then bringing it all the way back. Okay. Plus, probably you want to keep something in front of you. That's usually a good thing. When you have a opponent, you don't want to stand like this generally, you know. So one arm or other in front of you often. Okay, so let's go on. Let's see. After poking the grass, we do 3 times. Then what comes next, Nancy? Embracing the moon. Embracing the moon is Rita. I can see running all over to look it up already. Thank you, Rita. From here, we do embracing the moon. I'll show you this direction. We do it like this. You go forward. You bring up the sword. Turn your palm up, and your left hand is kind of starting to go back. Then you step back a little bit more, and then your left hand comes forward, swings around forward, and palm up. Okay, and you imagine that you like throw a rope around, you know, a lasso the moon, and then you pull it in. Okay, so what's the name of it again? Embracing the moon.
Embrace the moon.
Okay, so embracing is not the right. The rope is not the right feeling, I guess. But so here's the thing. Simply, it looks like this. Okay, so you end up like this. This is the embracing part. Okay, and pulling it in and turning. The footwork is like this. You have the zigzag step. You go forward. You step back, and okay, you're going to end up in an empty stance, but not exactly an empty stance. This is what do we call it? Cat stance, Nancy? Rita, is it cat stance? Okay, so empty stance would be like this. empty stance, this is the direction. Empty stance would be like this. We're going to be turned a little bit so that your toes like line up this direction instead. Okay, you line up your toes and your foot is in a little bit more. Okay, I've seen a lot of people want to do their empty stance that looks kind of like this, kind of vertical. Your foreleg vertical. We want our empty stance always to look like this. We have one time that we do it like is it the sword here. Okay, so we bring it in, but I forget the name of it. Is it? I forget the name. Rita will remember. She speaks. Well, maybe Shu remembers.
No.
Do you remember what we call it? No? Okay. So that's the footwork. The footwork is forward, step back, and toe open a little bit more. Not to the straight, but between straight and the corner. Then you shift back and land in this stance, this like cat stance. Okay. So that's the footwork. Your hands go like this. The sword goes like this. It goes. I want you to feel from level going up and turning over, and then turn the sword to point more forward. And then with one, just showing my right arm. Then you step back. Then pull it down. Okay. We've already stood in this way, holding incense, right? Holding incense. Stand on one leg before we jump. We hold the incense. So this is like that. But I turn it to point straight. So this is like holding incense, but to the side. Okay. The left hand, when you do that, is going to go down and come back around in a big circle. So you feel like reaching for it. Okay. Reaching for the moon, I guess. All right. And then pulling it down into the side. So the application for this one is you just have your little sword, but they have like a at least a staff or a spear or something like that. So you need two hands. It's coming towards you. You want to deflect it, but you don't want to just go like this. You're going to use two hands. Okay, that's the application. Two hands to deflect, just to be sure that it misses you. Okay, so two hands to the side. All right, so the hard part, I would say for this one, is that you want to feel, after you thrust, yielding forward, basically, and step, and then two hands pulling down. You can start coming down before you reach it, but they should come together on the way down, okay? So you don't have to go all the way up. That's too hard, okay, and pull it down. Just circle it, and then they come together on the way. All right, so let's try it. I'll do it sideways. All right, one, go forward and step back. Your left hand goes back. You can somehow probably open your hand on the way back down here. Okay. Then, as you shift back, your left hand is going to start circling up. As you shift back, it circles up, and then pull it down and make your cat stance. Okay. Again, here, go forward, and the left hand goes back. Turn your right palm up, step back. Then your left hand circling around, open, and then you're shifting back onto it and pull the sword down and bring in your right foot. It's kind of hard to count it. A lot of things going on. Alan?
At the end, is your sword pointing straight in front of you or towards the corner? I couldn't quite tell.
It's pointed straight. At the end, it's the same as this, I said. So like a 45-degree angle, but from the side and yeah, pointed straight direction. And still 45 up. Can you see it? Maybe you can. Yeah. I got the background. I need a better background so that you can see my sword better. But okay, like this. Okay, so try it. One, go heel forward and step back, and left hand back. Two, shifting back, left hand swinging forward, and I would say the sword's starting to turn around, like make a little circle and start to come down. Starting to come down, and then pulling it down, and 3, and landing in your cat stance. You want to, when you pull it down, you want it to be over here, okay, to the side, not pointed at your hip, up enough to the side. So if I was holding it in this, holding the incense, and I turned, see, my hands would be off to the side now. That way you could do this, right? You could use your body turning, and it's going to miss you. You don't want to be pulling it into yourself. Okay, you want to pull it to the left of yourself. Okay. Yeah. All right. Is that enough instruction? Can you do it? This is a hard one to get the right feeling, I think. Cesar already knows how to do it. That's good. And Kelly too. Okay.
Mike, at the very end of it, there should be the feeling of pulling, because I feel like it's almost as though I just kind of land there rather than pull.
Well, the pulling is from here in front. The idea, the name of it. Well, I don't remember the name. Let's see. This is not. What's the name of this one? This is called embracing the moon, right?
Yeah.
And the other one's called scooping the moon. All right, so this is the feeling, I would say. Okay, this is the feeling, but that's the same as the. This embrace one is like two. They're both very similar actually. They're both practically the same actually. I don't know why one's got a different name, but so this feeling. Okay, so put your arm around it, maybe 2 arms around it. Okay, and then back. This is forward. Back and pull down. That's when the pulling is. The pulling is when you're here, it's not pulling anymore. Now you're done. The pulling is from forward to back, okay, and shifting back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so if you want it to look good, I would say, my impression of what good looks like, is you go forward with the sword, back with shifting back, kind of like a jumping back feeling, kind of. All right, so to have a, if you make it too much, then it just makes a circle, and then you're just hold it. That doesn't show it, right? So you need to stay forward enough, and then going back and landing. So I think that's our cat stance. Is a cat is like pouncing. So when you jump, when you have a big reach for it step, and then kind of bounce back, jump back a little bit, then that would make you want to land like this, not just into an empty stance. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay. All right, so you have a question on it, anybody? Yes, Alan?
Quick question. Before I pull back, is there just a very slight pause, or is it like a continuous circle from moving forward?
There is no pause. So I'll show it. I'll try to do it again. So from here, it's forward, back. Okay. So the forward is to make it a little bigger, I think, and then the back, step back a little further, and then like I said, it's sort of a feeling of a little landing, like a little hop, a little jumping, I guess, back, a little jump back. But I don't want to say there's jumping though. So it isn't from forward and then jump back either. All right, so we're not going to jump, but we're going to make this big enough and then, move our weight a little bit bigger than usual. And remember, your feet line up this way at the end. Your body is kind of to the corner. Okay, and the toes line up. Okay, so you're turned, you're not left foot to the corner, left foot here straight. It's almost, it's in the middle. It's almost to the straight, say. Okay, and then you're like this. So that makes this comfortable to be on the side. If you don't turn enough, it's going to be hard to be over here. It's going to be hitting your hip. So you want to turn enough so that this can be off to the side. Okay. I like to see two hands reaching forward. I like that. People that are doing that, that's good. What do you think, Nancy? Good, huh? Oh. Okay, let's put this together then with poking the grass. Nancy has something to say. What do you think, Nancy?
Before they pull back, you have to touch your sword handle.
Well, I said you don't. I just said you don't have to do that. Okay, so this might be what Nancy is saying. I think on the way back. Well, do we have anybody who can look that up? So Nancy's opinion, or Nancy has a contribution, is that you should circle and you should touch them together before you pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that would be better?
That's the way they should do it.
Really? Okay. That could be true. It's hard to argue with that. Anyway, show the two hands pulling, and I think that if they're both moving like this isn't right. Okay, where one is reaching forward and the other is already coming back. But if you go forward and then, that looks okay to me. But try to reach for it. Okay, see if you can reach for it. Sometimes our flaw is the biggest flaw is that people are like not circling. They're not even like trying. Okay, they're just kind of like doing it with one hand. So we do want it to look like two hands. Okay. Maybe reach for it, get two hands on it, and then pull it back. And then when you get good at it, you can relax yourself a little bit. Like I take a lot of liberties, apparently. All right, let's do it from. Let's do it from here. Opening left wing. All right. So the first thing is waiting for fish. Turn left, pick up your right foot, and land on it, waiting for fish. Then poking the grass, seeking the snake. 1, turn right, step, thrust. 2, turn right, step, thrust. 3, turn right, step, thrust. Then embracing the moon. You forward, step back, pull to the left. Okay. All right, again. I'll do it with you again, and then I'll watch you do it. We're waiting for fish. Turn left, turn back. Then poking the grass. Bring your foot in, step, thrust. 2, turn right, step, thrust. 3, make sure it comes by your body, step, thrust. Then embracing the moon, you'll forward, hand back, and circling, and little jump, maybe feeling back, and pulling the sword back.
So Mike, your body in the final position is more than corner?
Your body is, so here's corner direction. Your body is left of the corner. It's not straight. Let's see, so if you were here, here, corner, here, here, corner. If it was like here, it'd be like corner, okay? But everything's rotated, okay, like 30 degrees or something. So now it's not 45, it's, 75 or something, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so on your own, do it. You can do it from, do it from there. Make it smooth. Okay. You have something to say, Nancy? Go ahead. Remember, your step is not to the straight direction at the end. It's I'll show it here. It's not to the straight direction. It's this is it poo-boo? I'm not sure. Is it poo-boo? It's rotated, and the toes like line up, okay, to the straight direction. So toes in front of the other toes going this direction. Okay. That helps you to pull it to the side. Keep it away from your body. Okay, so after you do the third one, you're going to do Embracing the Moon. I want your left hand to go back as your right arm goes forward and turns palm up. It goes back by your hip. Probably can open back here somewhere, okay? And you step back, and then it's coming around and make a circle. Look, make a circle. Circle, turn it palm up. Jump back, pull it in. Okay, so don't just have it, don't bring it back and then straight forward again. You know how we do the third ring? So the third ring, or let's see how we get to the third ring. So this is one, and then the two is like this, and then it's by your hip, and then it circles out and comes forward, right? It goes like that. So it's like that. It's like by your hip and forward on the left with the left hand. Okay, so don't make it too straight, grabbing from the side. Okay.
Are any of them going to
That's
rank?
better. Okay. Can you stop for a second? Nancy has a question. Who is ranking for level 3? Who's going to be doing the level 3 ranking? Alan wants to. Who else? Nobody?
Rita.
Oh, Rita is. Is anybody going to be doing the sword? Sword? Saber. Okay. Well, Judy, are you going to do the sword or the saber?
Saber.
Okay, everybody's going to do this saber. It's shorter. I don't blame you. Okay. All right. You have any questions on the new movement or the last two movements? It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Okay. All right, then we'll stop there. All right, thanks very much. And keep up the good work. And we'll do it again next week. And maybe we'll see you tomorrow at the practice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you.
Oh, Cesar, you're here on time. I don't think I remembered to let you know that we changed daylight savings time.
I got the email.
Okay, great. Great.
Thank you.
All right. All right. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you.